Good morning, all of you. I am Jyoti KB, Assistant Professor, Government Pastoral College, Gubi. Today, I am going to explain the features of pastoral elegy in Lycidas. Now, the outcome of this session is to enable students to use figurative language in poetry. Look at the screen and see how beautiful the pastoral life is. The picture of green trees, milking cows, and tending of sheep and cows in the midst of nature, the hills, the beautiful sunset, the clouds. Now, pastoral is to a life in the countryside, life in the villages, life and profession of tilling lands, looking after the domestic animals, and the happiness of enjoying life to the fullest. Let us see what pastoralism is. Pastoralism in literature is an attitude in which the writer looks at life from the viewpoint of a shepherd. It was popularized by Sir Philip Sidney and Edward Spencer. The greatest of pastoralism in English literature is John Milton. So he is one of the greatest poets who wrote in the pastoral school, in the canons of pastoralism. Pastoral Landscape, once again, is an expanded scene of the landscape. The conventions of pastoral elegy in Lycidas. Now, usually pastoral elegies begin by invocating the muses. We find similar to this convention, we find invocation to muses from lines 15 to 22 in the poem Lycidas. Mourning is common in pastoral elegy. Nature joins in mourning the shepherd's death in Lycidas. Private sorrow gives place to public sorrow in lines 37 to 49 of the poem Lycidas. Woods and caves once haunted by Lycidas now mourn for him. Then third practice in pastoral elegy is the inquest over the death in lines 50 to 63. In lines with the same convention, Milton charges the nymphs with negligence, but it dawns on him that they would have been helpless. Now, Virgil's Georgics also used pastoral conventions. Now, look at Virgil's pastoral poetic illustration. See the domestic animals, the sheep, the cow, the horse, the goat, and then the piping of the shepherds, the den. Then there is also the fox, and how the two shepherds look after the flock, how they keep watch on the cruel wild animals, and see the forest, the plants, the trees. So this is a picture of pastoral convention. Try to continuing the use of pastoral elements in Milton's Lycidas. We see how Triton, who is the herald of the sea, questioned every wind and is assured that the air was calm when Lycidas set sail. So Milton, in the poem Lycidas, addresses the nymphs and questions them why they were keeping quiet on the mishap of Lycidas. Then Triton explains Milton that everything was okay. There was no mishap or an unexpected happening which took away the life of Lycidas. Triton explains Milton that everything was quiet, wind was calm, and the sea waves were moving quietly. The conclusion drawn is that the fatal ship that sank Lycidas was built during the eclipse and fitted out in the midst of curses. Now, with the responses and reactions of the mythical characters on the death of Lycidas, Milton comes to the conclusion that comes to summarize what the mythical characters say and tell that Lycidas was dead not because there was natural calamity, but the ship which Lycidas was traveling was built during eclipse, during a bad time, and fitted out in the midst of curses. So people had cursed the building of the ship in which Lycidas traveled. So all these curses had led to the death of Lycidas according to the Muses. Then there is the description of procession of mourners as found in all pastoral elegies in Lycidas also. Comus, the representative of Cambridge University, leads the procession. St. Peter, the last among the mourners, lament the loss of the church due to the death of Lycidas in line 88 to 111. Pastoralism's elegy is often included as elaborate passage in which the poem mentions appropriate flowers of various hues and significance brought to deck the hearers. Among them, there was primrose, the croto, the pink, the woodbine, the amaranth alone signify immortality with its unfading nature. So these flowers are brought in the poem to deck the ears of Lycidas. These flowers symbolize immortality. They add the meanings of immortality to the character of Lycidas. There is a closing consolation as in all pastoral poems. The poet Milton accordingly asks the shepherds to weep no more, for Lycidas is not dead, but has merely passed from earth to heaven. Lines 165 to 185 offer consolation. Like any Christian elegy, the reversal from grief to joy occurs when the writer realizes that death on earth is entry into a higher life. But Milton adds that Lycidas has become a genius of the shore to play the guardian angel of those who wander in the dangerous woods. There are also digressions and deviations from the features of pastoral elegy in the poem Lycidas. They are, Milton has followed the conventions in pastoral elegy, but he has mingled in it Greek mythology and Christian theology. The deviations from the features of pastoral elegy, deviations from the practiced features of pastoral elegy are a bitter criticism of clergymen of the day, a discussion on the true values of life. Milton has mixed pagan loveliness and Christian austerity. Milton wished for a similar service of writing an elegy from other poets when he dies. So Milton expresses his wish of advising elegy written for him even after his death. So this is a wish which Milton expresses in the end of the poem. Here are a few questions which would help you to write your answers in your exam. What is pastoralism? Write about the history of pastoralism in English literature. What is Milton's expectation from other young poets on his death? What are the conventions of pastoral elegy seen in the poem Lycidas? What are the digression from the features of pastoral elegy seen in Lycidas? What is the uniqueness of Milton's contribution to pastoral poetry? So thank you for listening. I think this is going to help you to write answers in your exam. Thank you.